Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome to a new game, Aviary Attorney. This was suggested to me in the comments a month or so back, and the description intrigued me. Apparently we play as a bird detective. And, while I always like detective games, I don't know that I've ever played as a bird. So, new things are the spice of life, right? Let's begin. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau Crinier of Baron Rourgel, however you pronounce that name. Apparently we're in France, so expect many mispronunciations. Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh mon Dieu. Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1. A cat with claws. Is this us? Hello, birdie. Sparrowson. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird falcon? Which one of these are we, or are we both of them? Too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got business to handle first. Business. A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. All right. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at Consegri prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Signor Signor Pourtois de Meow? Is this a cat? I thought everyone was birds, but apparently not. The title's about a cat, too. Anyway, Signor Pourtois de Meow of the de Meow estate. Well, this is quite something. I know. Your first serious client in months. Not just that. The de Meow estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. I love the hand-drawn look of this so far. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court. Oh, we're not a detective, we're a... Oh yeah, of course we're not. It's Aviary Attorney. Of course, the description said investigation, so my mind jumped automatically to detective. Sure, we haven't had a decent case in months, apparently. Of course, it would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We are going to find our kitty client at La Consegrie. Excellent. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor de Meow's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Pourtois' letter has been added to your evidence folder. Oh! Ah, adventure game interface. Senor sounds like, Spanish, so maybe we're not in France? Though everything else has sounded French so far. You may access the evidence. Yeah, we've already done that. Ah, nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Again? I recall you losing it at the New Year's party, and at Christmas. Yes, all right. No need to make a list. Falcon has picked up his wallet. We have 20 francs, so we are in France, before the advent of the euro. You may see how much money he is carrying at any... I guess I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Apologies. Let's make a move. Welcome to the map screen. Very nice map screen indeed. From here, you can travel to any listed area by clicking on a location name or location node. So these are nodes that we don't know the name of yet. Areas marked with a clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Okay. So the names aren't actually on the nodes themselves. So going there takes a whole day, but the only other option we have is our office, so we must proceed. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the Consegri prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the Consegri. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. What do you want? Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Cataline de MEOW. I am due to represent her in court. No, you're a lawyer, huh? Fine, follow me. I know we're in France, but I do non-French accents better. If they could be even called accents. I do non-French voices better, so that's what we're stuck with. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. Lacy. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Cataline de MEOW, I presume. You've arrived. The fantastic lawyer Monsieur Falcon and his petit assistant Sparrowson. As you can see, my French is horrible, but we'll stick with it. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. My papa told me he would only hire the best lawyers in town. Well, unfortunately, he's stuck with us. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon, I told you listing under Aviary attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. Yeah, it really didn't say at all what was going on. I can do my best. What is it you wanted to know? Well, who was there? Dame Cataline, who attended the banquet that evening? Who was it that died? Did the letter actually say that? No, it just says requested aid. So it is definitely a murder. Okay, it's assuming we know things that I don't actually know myself, so... Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest maman couldn't make it. And there was Baron Rogel, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid. Colleen, I think she was called. Of course there was Monsieur Grenouille. Well, until he died. And there was Monsieur Robito de Robino, the man with the camera. But he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Yes, who was murdered? Who is the victim? Did you see anything suspicious? Did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer. Ha! You got me. I did not see anything, I am afraid. That evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. I see. Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? Yes, who is the murder victim, I think. Or maybe not. Dame Cataline, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was. You and your damned stomach. Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter. Of course you had red herring. Uh-huh. Go on. Then a marbled steak, served perfectly bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down. Who's the lead attorney here, Sparrowson? What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case. Write it all down, please, for me. You getting inspiration for your dinner? Fine, fine. Red herring has been added to your evidence folder. This is a red herring in every sense of the word. Every meaning it could possibly have. Bloody rare steak has been added to your evidence folder. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery. No cutlery? Even for the steak? No. You would think that the great Baron of Chateau Crenier would have glorious silverware, but there was none to be seen. That is a little peculiar. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon? Yes, what happened the night of the murder, included who was murdered. Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Chateau Crenier, the home of great Baron Rorgel. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So, all through dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments, but I didn't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, a man with a what took your what? Are you unfamiliar with photography? A camera. It's a very new gadget. It did say that this was in the mid-1800s, didn't it? 1848, I think? So I guess cameras wouldn't have become commonplace at that point, so it's understandable that he wouldn't know what a camera is. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Pshaw, let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. So in other words, they don't use Flintstones technology. That's just her interpretation. All right. We're accumulating evidence. Please continue, Dame Cataline. So, after we had the photograph, I went to the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. So, Monsieur Grenouille is a frog? Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? No, I think that's about it for now. So, what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Crenier and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down this supposed photographer, Monsieur Rabito de Rubino. In 2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable. But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you?
I mean, as of present, yes. Should we find evidence to the contrary, though? Of course, I don't know that that's even relevant since we're a lawyer and not a detective. Non-committal. We will follow the evidence.
That's cold, Falcon.
Well, justice is cold.
Dame Cataline, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Rourgel. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they?
They are indeed. Not particularly. Well, I stand corrected.
Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook so that I can keep track of who everyone is.
You're a regular Mark Zuckerberg, Sparrowson.
What? A Facebook. It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog.
I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Not very catchy, is it? I doubt it'll take hold with the public imagination. Wink, wink. Sparrowson has started compiling a Facebook, and this time we'll let it say it before we click on it. Oh, we got pictures of everyone. And descriptions. So this is us. We are JJ Falcon. Sparrowson, whose first name we don't know, Falcon's suave and courageous lackey. What a handsome fellow. Pourtois de MEOW, the wealthy father of Dame Cataline. Pourtois hired us to defend Dame Cataline in court. Quark, an ill-mannered jail-keeper, seems to feel disgust for criminals, and for animals in general. Cataline de MEOW, the elegant, bourgeois daughter of Signor Pourtois de MEOW. Oh, they're Spanish. I really screwed her accent up then, but since we've gone with it, that's what's going to stick. She went to boarding school in France. It's okay. There's an explanation. She has been accused of murdering Monsieur Grenouille, who is here, the froggy businessman who was found murdered at Chateau Crenier, a colleague of Pourtois and Rourgel. And oh wow, that's a lot of pictures. Excellent then. Wonder if they're all for this one case. Let's make a move. A new day, and looks like we've got new areas we can visit. The game saves automatically at the start of each new day. But you can also make a quick save at any time by selecting Save and Quit from the pause menu. You can access the pause menu by clicking on the cog symbol in the upper left corner or by pressing the escape key. Excellent. So, sign on the door reads, "The Aviary Attorney Offices. No cases too big or small. No junk mail." So, Studio de Robino, that is the artist person, or the photographer. Photographers are artists, right? Chateau Crenier, this takes all day, so does the artist. We can go back to the prison or to our offices. Let's visit the actual scene of the crime first, I think. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crenier. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Oh, so here's the real French personage.
Excusez-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl and I are sick and starving. I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change?
You have 20 francs in your wallet. What will you do? We will... There's no in between. It's give 1 or give 10. I doubt 1 will help for anything. Let's go ahead and feed these hungry kangaroos. Here you go. Stay safe, madam.
Oh, wow. Bless you, messieurs. Bless you.
Mama's French, baby's British. That's the way things go, you know.
That was pretty generous of you, Falcon.
Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crenier.
Whoa, look at this place. Baron Rorgel must be loaded.
More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine.
Is he here right now?
Yes, he's the smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse.
Hey, Baron, we'd like a word. How's that?
Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog.
You can thank me later. I think I got his attention.
Did I hear my name? Great Baron Rorgel, property owner extraordinaire, at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators?
No. Honesty's the best policy, right? We're attorneys. Not quite. I am a private attorney, J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrowson.
Lawyers, eh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today.
Oh?
Yes, this jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious.
So, an animal that hopped, a bunny rabbit? Do you know who he was, Sparrowson?
Perhaps I have a hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial.
A friend of yours?
Something like that.
So, what may I do for you, messieurs?
We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening.
Of course. Such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourself?
Actually, yes. That would be fantastic.
Be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors.
I think I'm tending towards Sean Connery with Falcon so far. We'll just see where it goes. As the voice morphs and solidifies.
You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the...
Yes?
Unfortunate incident.
Oh, can we see the finished photograph?
I'm afraid not. It is to my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process.
I was told that it would be immediate, sort of Polaroid-esque.
My owned copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time.
That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then.
Really? Talk about a speedy trial. These folks know how to do it. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron.
It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you are done with your investigations.
So, where shall we go first?
Select a room to investigate. So we have 3 choices. We will begin our investigation of the crime scene in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, let me know in the comments and by leaving a like below. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.